Hey everyone, and welcome to the results video of the Mini Movie Scene Contest. Now in this contest, all the players had to recreate a scene from a movie in Roller Coaster Tycoon. Anyway, we had 17 entries. I will show all of them, starting with the one that got the lowest score, and I'll finish by announcing who's the winner of this round. Alright, in 17th place we have this entry from Somfy, a newcomer on my Discord. Here you can see a scene from Lord of the Rings. And here you could see Gollum drown. Believe this is where Sam and Frodo threw in the ring into the volcano, and Gollum went after it and drowned. At least I believe I read something like that in the story. I'm the only person who hasn't seen Lord of the Rings yet. Definitely on my list to watch it. But I thought the scene was pretty cool. Also the depiction of Gollum dying by drowning in the water. But of course, this entry would probably score a bit higher if the amount of detailing was a little bit higher. But of course, for a first entry, I think it was really cool, and I think the scene was depicted in a really cool way. Okay, here's the entry from Takao Aoki. I hope I pronounced that correctly. I saw a lot of comments from people who didn't recognize the scene, but I believe this is from Top Gun Maverick. We see some planes taking off from an aircraft carrier here in an Arctic region. And I believe the story said something about that they have to strike an illegal uranium enrichment facility. I believe that's from Top Gun Maverick, but I could be wrong. But I think it's pretty cool how this aircraft carrier is depicted here. And also these planes flying around, which is done with this suspended swinging coaster. I think that's a pretty nice choice. The game actually has some jet fighter cars in one of the expansions, so maybe it would have been wise to use those. But I guess this also works. Right, here's the entry from LOL69. Yeah, I believe this is it. This is the house from, I forgot the name of the movie. Was it called Up? But yeah, it's the house, just with lots of balloons attached to it, flying up in the sky. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's pretty static entry, not much moving. But yeah, I think it is at least recognizable. Okay, next up is the entry from Rufus23, and he created a scene from Life of Brian. It's a Monty Python movie, if I'm not mistaken. But here you can see a lot of crosses in the desert. And here's a big sign saying, always look on the bright side of life. You can see lots of entertainers here, all with names like I am Brian, I'm also Brian. I'm Brian of Nazareth, I'm Brian. No, I am Brian. Yeah, it's been a while since I saw this movie, but I do remember that it was very enjoyable. I think it's a great funny scene with some nice staff scenes as well here, with the guests on the cross here. I think it's quite nice that Rufus found the sprites for guests who have their arms sticking out like this. Not really sure where this sprite is used normally, but it works really well here. Okay, here's the entry from Soccer Dude XX, and he recreated a scene from The Fast and the Furious. Here you can see a race between 4 cars, and you can see one car lagging behind a bit, and then at some point he speeds up. I guess that's Brian, the main character of The Fast and the Furious, so at some point finds his nitro button, and then he just speeds off like that. Yeah, I think it's really cool how this race is depicted, also with all these cars parked to the sides. I do think the buildings maybe need a little bit of work. With some nice detail on the buildings, I think this entry would have easily scored a bit higher. Alright, next up is the entry from Levels. This depicts a scene from The Fast and the Furious. This is a race between Brian and Dom, and here's a crash with a train, or one of them hits a train, and then Dom actually crashes over here, and Brian just parks his car. Now, I don't really know this scene very well anymore. I believe he parked his car to check on, what's his name? Dom. But yeah, I do still kind of remember this scene. But I think it's pretty well depicted, and I think it's great how Levels depicted this crash here with the train. Yeah, just a fun little entry with a nice choice for a scene. I think this railway crossing here is also done in a really nice way. Hey, here's the entry from Wes. And Wes recreated the scene from Jaws. You can see a giant shark here. Here at the back of the boat. And he's eating this poor fella. His name is Quint. And here you can see Brody watching in horror as the giant shark eats his buddy. But yeah, I think it's a really cool looking scene, very detailed. I love all the different objects and track pieces that Wes used to create the shark. I think the shark looks very detailed. But also this boat, I think it looks incredible. It's just a really nice combination of all these different track pieces. And also some other stuff here. I believe these flowers here are actually used to create splashes as some stuff is falling out of the boat. Really nicely done. Alright, next up is the entry from R. Kirsch. And she made this scene from the menu. So here we can see the restaurant on the island. Well, I haven't seen the movie myself, but I did watch the scene on YouTube, just so I could familiarize myself a bit with this scene. But yeah, I thought it was pretty recognizable. So here we can see the restaurant at the water, and we can see a restaurant that's set ablaze, and inside there's all these different entertainers, all in white, and they all have little quotes from the movie. But yeah, I think the scene looks incredible. This little island, I think it looks great. There's some nice foliage. But also the beach, I think it looks nice and grim. So with some thorny bushes here and there. And we can also see a boat with one of the characters from the movie. Now, as I said, I haven't seen the movie, just some scenes, but I did see a lady in red on a boat. But yeah, I think it's actually a great looking scene. And this movie is definitely on my list to go watch sometime. Okay, next up is the entry from SolX, and he recreated a scene from... Damn it, I forgot the name. I've actually seen it. It's the Truman Show. Got it. Oh yeah, this part is definitely recognizable. Here you can see Truman. I believe this was the exit of the building. At least this stairway is pretty recognizable, at least. But also the colors in the buildings in this town, I think they're also pretty recognizable. And I guess these are all the cast members of the town. Yeah, I think SolX did a really nice job here. There's some really nice details in this town. I really like the way he did these fences with these candy walls and several others in different layers. These buildings are pretty simple, but also pretty nice. But yeah, overall, I think it's pretty recognizable. Okay, here's the entry from Madezalk, and Madezalk recreated the coaster from Final Destination 3, I believe. But instead of using the version of the coaster from the movie, Madezalk actually went with the original coaster on which it was filmed, which is a coaster at in a Canadian park, I believe. But yeah, the real coaster doesn't have any loops, and those were just added to the movie with CGI effects. But yeah, this coaster does have corkscrews, and here you can actually see it fly off the track at some point. Now, personally, I would have loved to see one or more loops on this coaster, but it probably would not really fit in the size of the map. So I guess this is also a nice alternative. Yeah, I think Madezalk did a great job on the supports of this coaster and just the overall look and feel. I think it's great. Okay, next up is the entry from Eva. This is the way I was told I should pronounce it. And Eva recreated this setup for the movie Inception. So Inception has several scenes in which the protagonists are in a hallway doing stuff while the building moves around them. I believe it's because the fan they are in is also moving around, and then gravity goes weird because they're in a dream. Well, I'm not gonna explain it all, but this scene basically required a hallway which could rotate around. So that's what this how this scene was shot, and Eva recreated this rig. I think that's really cool. When you look on YouTube for Inception, how it's made, and then hallway scene, I think you'll find a setup like this. I think it's pretty fascinating. I think it's really nicely done, and you can also see some actors flying around in this hallway like this. You can also see a cameraman here. Yeah, this entry just has several really cool details throughout. And also a nice little Escher type stairway. Yeah, really nicely done. Okay, here's the entry from In Error Predicting a Fault, and he recreated several buildings from the movie The Fifth Element. Now, it's a pretty old movie. I definitely want to watch it again sometime. I saw it ages ago, but it's very iconic movie. And there's some great futuristic cityscapes, and these buildings definitely could fit right inside the movie. I love how there's these different layers. So at the bottom here, there's this dark layer, maybe with power generation or stuff like that, or maybe it's just darker living spaces. Above that is a more above ground layer, let's call it that. And then finally these spires reach up high in the sky. I love how there's also all these vertical layers here with different colors and stuff and different shapes. I think that's really cool. Also apparently there's a McDonald's here, a fly through. But I think this cityscape just looks incredible. And I would love to see a full park with buildings like this. That would be amazing. Now, something which I think could have been done a little bit better is, for example, this car here is just called Lift 1. Probably would have been nice to actually give the name of what's happening here, like fly through or whatever. But yeah, that's just something which I prefer if people do. Of course, if you do these kind of things, that's up to you, of course. But yeah, I thought this was a super cool entry. Okay, then we have the entry from The Brew, and The Brew recreated a scene from The Big Lebowski, and there's a big bowling alley there, and that's what he used for his inspiration. Now, this is once again a movie that I have not seen myself, so I can only comment on what I see here on the screen. So we can see a little scene here with 3 people and 3 guys out there with motorcycles. Lots of parked cars over here. I like how they're all sort of at an angle. I guess that gives them a bit of character. That's pretty nice. The structure of the bowling alley, I think it looks great, especially this sign that The Brew created here. Some really creative choice of different scenery objects here. And I also really like how he created this bowling alley here. So you can see all these bowling balls here at the wall. But also I really like how he made this checkered floor here with all these different colors. And here we can of course see all the bowling alleys, also with the characteristic stripes and dots. Yeah, just a wonderful entry with really nice details throughout. Alright, then we have a tie for 3rd place. This is the entry from Ballpit Warrior. Now, I haven't seen the movie on which this is based. I believe it was called Akira or something. Not familiar with it myself. But Ballpit Warrior did something really cool in this entry. So here we have a ride called Center Me, Locate Main View. So I just click this button here. And then we just have to press enter. And then when we do that, we can actually, it actually looks like this person is driving around here in the cityscape. Yeah, this is just super nicely done. It's just a really creative entry. I don't think we've ever seen something like this done. Also, I really like how this vehicle lights up here under these street lights. Yeah, this is just such an amazingly creative entry. Yeah, I think it's really well done. Okay, here's the entry from Max Arceus, and he created a giant Borg cube. We can see the Enterprise shooting at the Borg cube, and the Borg cube, I believe it's a tractor beam pulling at the Enterprise closer. Yeah, I just love the structure of this Borg cube. This is just beautifully done. Really nice mix of track pieces and scenery objects. Yeah, this just immediately shows you it's a Borg cube. It's just amazing. Also in the back, there's some silly stuff going on in the Borg cube. Apparently they have already assimilated some of the human culture. So here we can see a scene from The Room. Also a brilliant movie, by the way. That's Johnny. This is the scene where he says, "Oh hi, Mark." And here we can also see a scene from E.T. Now I'm not really sure if these scenes in the back were actually necessary, because this was already incredible enough for me to give it the maximum score. But yeah, I thought this was just an incredible entry from Max Arceus. Also, this Enterprise looks fantastic. Alright, there's just 2 entries remaining. I will first show both of them, and after that I will reveal which one is the winner of this round. Alright, this is the entry from Rhythm. He created a scene from Lord of the Rings, and it's actually the Battle of Helm's Deep. So here we can see all these defenders shooting arrows. And here we can see an orc who's blowing up the bridge. You can see an explosion going off here. Now you can see all these arrows flying around. I think this is brilliantly done by a Rhythm. Yeah, these are just signs with the back part invisible. Yeah, that's just such a clever idea. Here we can see an army marching onto this castle. Some of them going up this this ramp, and then we can see lots of knights arriving on horses who defeat the intruders. Yeah, this is just such an incredible entry. The castle here looks amazing. Also, this sign up here in the sky. This whole army that was approaching. Let me just quickly reload it. Yeah, it's just so fun to see this whole army approaching. Actually, lots of gas. Actually, we shouldn't look from this angle. Let's just look from this angle. It's clearly a one-angle entry. But yeah, we can see an army approaching. But there's also this giant ballista here. And it also fires upon the castle. Yeah, I just love all the movement in this entry. Here you can see the shot from the ballista. Yeah, I just love all the movement in this entry. And yeah, it really depicts a movie scene. And yeah, it's just a real joy to see a Rhythm return into one of these contests again. It's just incredible work. Alright, and here's the entry from Enox. Enox recreated a scene from Lord of the Rings. I believe it's the Battle of Helm's Deep. And Enox recreated a beautiful castle here. Also with the same ramp we saw in the previous entry. But this is at a different point in the battle. So yeah, the castle looks amazing. Looks great. Love seeing all these defenders here on top of the castle. Here we can see some other characters. You can see Legolas here. We can see a fight here in front of this door. You can also see a guy hanging off here. And here we can see the huge armies that have assembled, also with these siege machines. Already some ladders going up against this wall here. Here we can see more. We can see some battle going on. Now, and Enox recreated, created a movement with just having these entertainers run around like this. I think it actually works as a battle, since the pose of these knights is to actually make it look like they're doing battle. And these bandits, they just look chaotic, jumping around. But yeah, just like Rhythm's entry, this entry is just amazing as well. The castle, this looks great. All these different details in the entry are amazing. It's a little bit dark, but then again, so was the scene in the movie. Alright, yeah, now that we've seen these last two movie scenes, it's time to reveal which one of these last two entries is the winner of this round. Is it the Battle of Helm's Deep from Enox? Or is it the other entry with the Battle from Helm's Deep from Rhythm? And the winner of the mini movie scene contest is... Rhythm! I think it's really funny that these last two entries both depicted the same battle and that they end up being first and second place in this contest. But yeah, the entry from Rhythm got a little bit of a higher score. It was really close. But of course only one of these entries can be the winner. Yeah, both just amazing entries. But yeah, I guess this one was just liked a little bit more by some people. Yeah, I think it's great with this entire army, all this movement. And it's just so wonderful seeing Rhythm join a contest again. Now, we had lots of great entries in this round. Yeah, there's so many nice ones with lots of beautiful details. And yeah, I think this contest really brought out the best in people. Now, we'll start a new mini contest pretty soon. If you want to join one of these contests, just become a member on my Discord server and everything will be explained there. Now, if you liked watching these entries, please don't forget to like this video. It would really help out my channel. And if you want to see more of these kind of videos, you can always subscribe. Alright, that's going to be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you again in the next one. See you later.